Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the LaFrance Paradigm. I'm your host, Robert LaFrance, and this is where we learn and share strategies for an impact. And today, I'm really excited to talk to you about today's topic of fear, the different types of fear, how to add to the elements of getting over fear, even creating alter egos. We're gonna have a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be reading from the notes that I took from. I'm taking this accelerator course right now for my business. I'm really excited. It's Eric Worre's GoPro Accelerator. I'm super excited. It's super beneficial, helping me as a person and in my business. I'm seeing immediate results, and I really liked what Trent Shelton said yesterday. This man is a great storyteller, and when we were going over the different types of fear, I was like, man, I gotta share this with my world. All right, so thank you so much for listening in. Don't forget, before we get started, hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Hit the alert button so you get notified when I do release an episode. Try my best to schedule it on Wednesday night, so expect it Wednesday when you wake up. And make sure you comment below any golden nuggets or what you actually use to overcome your fears and build up courage and certainty with what you got going on, okay? I'm really excited to share this with you. Check it out. All right, so what you focus on is how you feel, first and foremost. And that's something that we need to remember as we go throughout our day, as we live our lives, interact with people, because people receive the energy and the words that we say out of our mouth. They feel that, that is words and knowledge and wisdom getting thrown out that way. So when you're focusing on how you're feeling and like you're interacting with people, it's best to do the dirty work and like get those seeds of insecurity out there. Handle your stuff, communicate it, do it correctly, and that's what's going to allow you to move forward and even be able to communicate with people. Move this over real quick. Okay, cool. All right, cool. So, about fear, you can either look at fear as fear everything and run, or you can look at it like face everything and rise. I like to look at it like the latter. Fear is something that our monkey brains, our human instinct instills in us that keeps us safe. It's a survival instinct. It's okay to feel fear. It's okay. It's what keeps us safe. It's what makes us think about acting and thinking about our actions and thinking about the repercussions. And then so we need to embrace fear. We need to be able to identify it and identify the different parts of it, what types it is, and do the dirty work like I was saying. Okay, so fear is the lack of confidence, courage, and certainty. Confidence, courage, and certainty, okay? You need those three things to overcome fear, or at least one of them. I think I'm a skydiver, diver, fear is real. It's what keeps you aware of the scenario. You need to be analytical and be on a pivot all the time. So when you can build confidence and build deliberate repetition, that's what gets that muscle memory going, and then it's just another thing. Okay, so deliberate repetition, building that muscle memory, and that's going to make you good at something when you do it over and over and over again. And then you need to detach any emotions to the outcome. When you I've done this so many times, and like when I don't get what I want, or if it doesn't go the right way, it's just like, you need to work towards your goal, and then detach your emotional attachment to the outcome so you can embrace it when you get there. You'll be more grateful, and it'll be everything that you wanted because you're not expecting it. You just know that you're working towards it. You know it's going to be this certain kind of way, but then when you get there, it's going to be like, yes, because you detached your emotions to it, and then you were able to get it objectively. You're always better and smarter and able to respond better when you react objectively and not emotionally, okay? I know emotions have their place in the world, and you got to follow your heart and your stomach and all that kind of stuff, and I do all that, I feel, and I respond accordingly. But when you react, that's when you're having an emotional reaction. You're not really thinking about it. When you could be responding, and you could be, working on a negotiation, making sure you're setting up for the next step in the conversation, or, depends on what kind of conversation you're having. But if it's a difficult conversation or getting to yeses, you got to think about how you're saying it, what you're saying it. And if you're at a tense table, people are going to pick up on that. So another thing that's going to help you overcome fear is having a mission so big that just like nothing can stop you. It keeps you up at night and makes you wake up early. Is having a mission that's bigger than your fear. You're like, I have to do this. Like, what, for my parents out there, for my dads, or for people like first responders, military, like, most people run out of burning buildings, people run out of, like, scary scenarios. They run away from that. But then there's people who have like this internal instinct to like run in and help, right? So like that kind of mission is gonna, like, nothing can stop me, like, if your kids were in trouble, like, nobody's hurting my kids, not when I'm around, like, try. That's having a mission so big that like nothing can stop you. And if you could find a reason to go, if you can be complacent, or if you're not that excited about your goal, are your goals big enough? Think about how big your goals are and whether they excite you or not. And if they don't, you need to be excited. You need to be a little bit scary about it. I'm telling you, as soon as I made my goals scary and intimidating, like, that's activity. I got to put in work to do that. And I started doing it, keeping track of it on paper. I saw immediate results. It was just like, whew, like, it's still doing the numbers, it's still doing the process, but it's like the floodgates of opportunity are just like coming my way, and I'm getting able to do it. It's amazing. It's great. So you need to be having big goals and then setting the time to do it. All right. So when you focus on your mission, you'll never be scared, or you'll be able to be scared but overcome it appropriately. And then, as I said before, or at least I think I said it, is you feel what you focus on. I try my best to focus on love, gratitude, and compassion all day, as much as possible, even in the really tough times. I used to have a temper. I can yell. I'm a human being. Gosh, I'm a man. But I try to think about love, gratitude, and compassion all day, and treating everybody as if they're me, like as they're an extension of me, or if they are me, and how is my influence on them? How am I influencing them by being around them and speaking and thinking and having my philosophy? Think about your philosophy and what you're saying around people and how you're saying it. And if it's coming from gratitude, compassion, or love, you'll be heading in the right direction. All right. So there's a few different types of fear we're going to go over. I didn't even know this. This is actually pretty cool. One of the types is performance fear, where you are concerned about how you'll perform, your activities. Can I make the phone calls? Can I throw the touchdowns? Can I run and set up shop real quick? Can I, lift this weight? Can I, whatever it is that you do for a hobby, whatever your goals are, whatever your business is, when you're going from minor leagues to big leagues, it can be intimidating to perform. It can be intimidating to talk in front of a camera. Some people don't like seeing themselves talk on a camera. Some people don't like hearing themselves. People are afraid of public speaking, So you have to figure out how to use this tool to accomplish your goals and make progress. And then when people get big and speak into stages, or speaking on stages to stadiums like 50,000 deep, that's incredible. That'd be great. I'd love to do that. Hello, how's everybody doing? Man, that makes me feel incredible that I could serve that many people and tell a good story and teach them things and share some tools to have people walk away more empowered and ready to help their family and their businesses and stuff like that. That's what it's all about. It's so exciting. Sidebar, people are scared to talk about their dreams. It's so clear that so many people have been shushed throughout their life. I'm one of them, like I apologize when I get excited and I'm like, oh yeah, and then we could do this and then we could do that. I could see people looking at me like, oh, sorry, they're like, it's cool. But like, first of all, don't ever apologize for getting too excited about what you're passionate about. Not everybody sees everything the way that you do. Not everybody has the same upbringing as you do. So like everybody's a different perspective. Treat everybody as if they're you, but treat them as if they don't think the same way at all, So, but yeah, now I lost track. Let's just keep that going. So your self-worth is not based on your performance. I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. Being a Navy diver, going through the training and becoming one, and like the job and like the character of the culture, like you have to perform to work. You know what I mean? Like, and when you're part of a team and you're, working together and your roles are very dependent on each other's roles and their success and like communication, and then some of it's dangerous, like diving underwater connected with a hose to breathe, heavy seas, all kinds of fun stuff, so like you can absolutely think that like because you do cool guy stuff, like you might not be good enough in certain other areas, or those certain other areas that might better serve you aren't cool enough or aren't worth your time, or you might not even recognize them because of where you're at that moment, and because your mind's not open enough yet. So as long as you keep watching videos like these, listening to audiobooks, listening to different perspectives of how you could be a better person, an entrepreneur, and better serve people and network with people and connect better relationships, one day you will have a door that's going to open for you, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, now I get it, and then you're going to launch. So good job for you being here. I really like this part. You're incredible because of who you are. Don't be a slave of your performance. I think that is so incredible because of like with the background that I have. There's things that require ego. And then like if you're on this path of if you're on like a path of enlightenment, on a spiritual journey and staying humble, that ego is a success inhibitor. Like you want to be careful having an ego, but like me and my friends, we skydive, we're firefighters, we dive, shoot guns, all kind, we go hiking, trail running, all kinds of stuff. So it's like with that comes ego. It comes that's confidence. That's like enjoying life, pushing life to its limits, using skill and making sure that you practice good practices throughout the whole time, and then for doing so you get this ultimate life experience, and like where you're bigger than yourself, and it's with other people. It's so cool. So don't become a slave to your performance, because then it'll be harder for you to enjoy things, and everybody's going to pick up on that. And then especially when you're in sales, for me, if you're going through a hard time in sales, it's really noticeable for everybody, just because it's it can be really hard to stay motivated. Some people are really good at doing it. Some people are have a hard time doing it. For me, I was like back and forth, and it's like it just sucks. So when you separate yourself from your performance, you're going to be able to breathe easy and do a lot more. And you're going to be able to focus on impacting people over impressing people. And when you think about that, think about the relief off of your chest, off from your shoulders, when you're just like, man, all I'm here to do is help people. I'm here to impact people and help them. I'm not here to impress anybody. It's like, man, I'm just gonna enjoy that for a second, because like that like never really registered with me before. I was just like taking notes, So when you start to impact over impress, and you focus on serving people and helping their lives, you're gonna focus on service over performance. And then whenever you do feel fear, don't be selfish, and to get out of your own head. Like, we are so used to focusing on us, we think about taking care of ourselves every day, and that makes so much sense to me. I wrote that down, is that like from the time that we were born, like yeah, we had parents and stuff like that, but like once you're an adult, like you're taking care of yourself. Like, you are so used to waking up, thinking about what you're going to do today or what you have to do today, what you're going to do later, who's doing what where. Like, you're just like, I'm in control. Do you know what I mean? So, like, when you kind of step back from that and work, like, I just think, ooh, man, I need a drink of water. Excuse me. I don't know if I'm going to cut this out or not. Just want to keep it raw, keep it going. Yeah, do not let leaderboards make you feel less than. Don't do it, because if you're just, yeah, you want to like win, you play to win, but like still just know that with commitment, practice, technique, skill, a little bit of talent, you're going to get up there. And then projection fear. Projection fear is something that devastates everybody. It devastates me. When you're letting other people's projections hold you down and set barriers for you, that sounds like being a slave right there. How many of you are living fears that aren't yours? Like, I've definitely been there. I've broken free now. I don't live that way anymore. I'm an independent man. But no, think about that. Like, when you stop caring what other people think and letting other people control your life, you're going to feel a lot more free like an adult. I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't wait to get that bicycle. I couldn't wait to get that car, because that was like independence for me. That was like, yo, I can go out and adventure and then come back. Like, I can meet up with my crew. I can go out and watch the sunset over the desert. I can go pick up crystals out of the sand. I can hit some sweet jumps and get like hurt, like all kinds of stuff. That's freedom and independence. So when you get to that point, you'll feel a lot more free. Okay? Just go out there and try it. Go out there and try it. Don't be afraid, okay? Create an environment of faith. You want to believe in yourself, and you want to expect that everybody else, believes in you too, and if they don't, you're like, what? No sweat. But don't create fear, create faith. You have to protect your kind and your environment. Yeah, okay. So projection fear. Don't let projection fear stop you from attaining the life of your dreams. All right? And then past fear. Past fear, we all have bad experiences, okay? And it's really hard to let those go. And every time you like go to do something else, you're like, oh, but this just happened. I think that's part of the survival thing, like the fear keeping you survive, the monkey brain, and because you're a human being, So I would just consider you can't change it, so don't stress it. If you can't change it, don't let it stop you from changing your future. You're literally creating a better future with every decision that you make right now. Everything that you speak into reality, everything that you step forward, everything that you do with intention, you are literally creating a different now and a different tomorrow with everything that you do. So when you stop focusing on bad things and make you feel bad because you feel what you focus on, and then if you stop letting past fears hit you, you're going to be able to fall in love with redemption. And then I really like this aspect is if, like, let's say if you were playing football and you like kept dropping the ball and you're like, man, I keep dropping the ball. And someone's like, what drop balls? You're like, what? They're like, what drop balls? I don't know. You're gonna catch that next one though, for sure. You're gonna catch that next one. I don't know what you're talking about, drop balls, but you're definitely gonna catch that next one. Get out there. When you look at that and you're like, okay, whatever. That was a learning experience. What drop balls? What hiccup? What stutter? Like sometimes I go blank when I'm making these videos and I'm like, oh, do I cut that out? Do I do this? Do I that? Especially when I'm talking to people and I get really excited, I don't want to say too much. I'm like, say less, but like I jumble, I get excited. But when you don't let your past fears hold you back, you're going to be able to fall in love with redemption. You're like, oh, I made a mistake. Whatever, though. It's all good. It's all good. Oh, it's all good. So if you want someone else to forget about it, you got to forget about it. You can't bring it up anymore. And then nobody else is going to remember it. Okay? That's it for today. Thank you so much for listening in about fear and talking with me about it. There's so many things that you should fear and respect, but now that you know what goes into fear and how to overcome it, through creating little alter egos about how you do this at this certain time, and this is when they come out, and his or her superpower is this, it's going to be able to get you to live life a lot freer. You're going to be able to do what you need to do in your business and your relationships. You're going to be able to have those conversations that are hard to have because you're going to be able to think about, everything that I speak into the now, everything that I speak into existence is affecting the now and the tomorrow. And if I want this to happen, I need to do this with this person in this way. And you need to consider that. So drop what you learned in the comments below. Drop a few nuggets in your homework. Your homework is to drop what you took away from this video in the comments below. Anything that you have to add about what some of your fears are, how you overcome fear, and where you are on your journey. I'm so happy to be here and share my stories with you and sharing strategies for an impact. I look forward to learning more of yours. If you want to be a guest on the LaFrance Paradigm, make sure you send a voice message in. You can even ask questions the same way. And don't forget to like this video if you like this video, okay? Make sure you subscribed. And don't forget that they say that courage is contagious and the rising tide lifts all ships. So help me, help you, help your friends. Let's go live our best lives. Thank you so much. Peace. If you like this video, let the world know by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, every time I release them, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you get notified so you never miss one. You can always stay up to speed. And if you got any value, if you found any golden nuggets from today's video, drop them in the comment below so the next viewer can pick up exactly what you learned and we can all grow together. Because you know what they say, the rising tide lifts all ships and courage is contagious. So help me, help you, help your friends. Take care and thank you.